Kyle and I first met when we were in our high school biology class.
Sophomore year of high school, very first class of the day, which was biology.
He was standing in the back of the room.
Saw her the second she walked through the door.
And I was placed in front of him, and we ended up being lab partners. My first date with Kyle was when we went to the Wendy's off State Street.
We were best friends for the whole sophomore year. We didn't start dating until junior year.
He asked me if we could be official.
And we just got to the point where we wanted to make that next step.
My first impression of Kyle was, no way, I'm not going to talk to him. We're not going to be friends. There's no way that I would do anything with him because he was this big guy standing in the back of the classroom, just with his neon orange mohawk, football jersey, and he just looked like trouble.
First impression of ShyAnn was she was a spitfire, lots of attitude, and a really big smart ass. But she was super shy, just like her name.
My favorite thing about Kyle is how much love and compassion he has for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, he will accept you for who you are. He's just going to be there for you. It doesn't matter.
Favorite thing about ShyAnn is going to be her attitude. She's a smart ass. She always has some funny smart ass comment to come back with. She's always threatening to punch people, and it's just something I love about her.
After Kyle and I get married, our first fight will more than likely be figuring out what we want for dinner.
What time we're at, what we're gonna have, who's gonna cook it, who's gonna do the dishes. That's typically what we argue about.
My favorite shared memory with Kyle is when he asked me to marry him during the solar eclipse.
My favorite shared memory with ShyAnn is, well, there isn't really one. There's too many to count. But favorite time frame would be the summer for senior year. I was supposed to go to 3 days for football, and I ended up saying screw that, and we just go over and hang out with ShyAnn for hours on end, and that was probably one of the best time frames that I've had with her.
Some funny quirks about Kyle is that he likes to try and make weird foods, like he made a peanut butter bacon maple syrup burger, and he's very picky about his laundry.
She is a texture freak. If something is slimy or too gritty or too dry, she can't handle it. She's also pretty squeamish with blood. If she sees, like if I cut my thumb open or something, she's about ready to pass out.
Something very interesting about Kyle is every time we go under an overpass, he always has to rev his car or his bike. And if we just happen to be in my car, he has to make the revving noise with his mouth because my car cannot produce that noise.
Something that's embarrassing about ShyAnn is her shellac fingernail polish. After a couple of days, she'll just tear it off anywhere. We'll be in line at the bank, we'll be in a movie theater. Doesn't matter, it drives her nuts. She just tears it right off.
Not many people know that Kyle is an animal whisperer. He has a special connection with any animal he comes in contact with.
Something that not many people know about ShyAnn is she's a wholehearted person. No matter what the situation is, she'll be there for somebody. We could be in the middle of anything and she'll just drop everything and go help them.
I knew Kyle was the one when we could sit down together and talk about the things that stressed us out the most, and it didn't turn into a fight or a big emotional battle between each other.
I knew ShyAnn was the one the very first second I saw her. She didn't think so, but I knew it. It was just love at first sight.
Kyle, I love you all the way to the moon, twice around and back again. Always and forever, forever and always.
ShyAnn, I love you so much, and I'm so excited we're getting married so that we can grow old together and make fun of all the little teenage kids in the park like we planned so many years ago.
Around the world, please know that I'm yours to keep, my beautiful girl.